All right. So I'm just going to put this up for the record so that when people are looking at this thing, they can actually see how building or constructing art using AI products is actually quite a bit complex, more complex than I would like. I've been working on a web comic and been using various AI packages to produce the art. And the reason that I'm doing that is my art is horrendous and no one wants to see a whole comic of multiple pages of my art. So I'd let AI do it for me. And I initially thought that this was going to be really straightforward. It was not. It was quite complicated. Getting the art is fine. Just getting exactly what you want, the poses that you want, the objects in front of what you want is actually rather complicated. So I needed to be a little bit more clever and build the art and then figure out how do I get a particular pose that I want and then construct a single frame with multiple AI images and so on. And I've gotten better, but also over the last month and a half, the AI has also gotten a lot better. And Photoshop has come out with generative fill, which is we'll go into that in more detail, but you can just say, oh, I want to make this picture wider than the actual original images. Can you just fill out the edges for me? And then it does its best to fill it out with what it should look like, which is actually rather brilliant. I'm at a point in the comic where the protagonist, and we're going to call the protagonist Hattie, is walking through an alleyway and she comes across some homeless people. And you just say, homeless people sitting amongst trash. And it comes up with quite some reasonable facsimiles. In fact, I could probably just use this, but I thought maybe I want to have it more modeled on particular people. And I thought, well, homeless people, look, there's something common. When you say homeless, I did not say anything, just a homeless man sitting. Anything common? Yeah, they're slightly old, but they've all got beards. So facial hair and hoodies. All right. So that seems to be the common ground of if you're going to be homeless, you've got facial hair and hoodies. So I thought, okay, well, who are my most favoritist people on the net who have facial hair? And there's a whole bunch of streamers that I follow that have facial hair, strangely enough. Like this guy, Scufflelugs, or Maya Wirtz. Okay, Eldel, Aussie Shadows playing No Man's Sky. That's Chiba, Gremlin. Just get Chiba. Okay, so we just want the face just to be a model, and we're only just going to use it as a model just to get the stylistic lines and dimensions of the face. We won't actually use the image. So we want to grab this part of Chiba, and we'll copy to clipboard, and then we'll go to Photoshop and put that up here. Okay. And then we'll go to Gremlin again, and we will get the sample, which is just the sitting pose. And I'm going to copy that into our new one, which is Chiba. Yep. Okay. So we'll go back to Chiba, and we've got a thing sitting here. We'll put that head on there. Okay. So this is, I'm not going to be using this. This is just because I want to set up a pose. I've got to build quickly an image that's in the pose, and it can be very rough. Obviously, this is rather rough. I hope you guys can see that. Okay, so we want to copy Chiba. So in fact, that's actually too big. So let's just shrink this up a bit, and we'll just make it so that it's more visible on the screen. Yeah, why not? Okay, and we'll make that nice big, and we'll grab Chiba's face. So we want exactly Chiba's face. Can we select it? Probably. Hey, got to be on the right layer. Chiba's layer. Okay. Bang. Okay. Nice big. Same. It's a bit intolerant. There we go. It's going to take a little while. Hair is always tough. Want the neck. Okay. We'll fill that in. We don't actually want the headset. Okay, and as always, it's going to be a manual process. So what we're going to do is we want just the face, just so that it's sitting on top of there. And we don't want any of the shirt. We want to use all the clothing that comes with that image. So probably zoom in closer. Otherwise, I have to do this twice. Right. And it can be pretty rough because this isn't the image you're going to be using. This is just an example image, which will be what the AI will learn from. Gee, you're not going to have your ears. Damn people in their large headphones. Such good sound, but I can't rip your face off. Okay, I don't need to do that around there. Let's just do that. Yeah. Right. That'll do. Yeah. A little bit down there, and we want to go around here. Up there. All righty. Okay. All right. Maybe a bit more around there. That should be good enough. All righty. So then we want to select modify feather because you don't really need to feather, but hey. All right. And we'll go and do we paste that in? Yes, we didn't. Yes, we did. And we'll call that Chiba head. Move that over here. Put it in front of the thing. Yep. And shrink it down. No, shrink the head down. Right. Ugh. Keep the proportions. All right. About there. Is that about right? It's a little bit less. Oh. Yeah, okay. Seems good. And we'll just move that down a bit. So it's on the screen. Okay. All right. There we go. And what we want to do now is we want to grab this. Right. And we go copy to clipboard. And then we'll go into MidJourney, which is part of Discord. And we'll go we'll paste it in. And so what that's doing is it's uploading the image I just copied. And we want to get the link from this. So copy link. And then we want to make MidJourney do some magic by going imagine. Paste in that link because that's what it's going to base it off. And the whole comic is in watercolor and it's an illustration. I think that's important. Homeless man sitting. That should be enough. Right. It goes off and figures out exactly what it should do with this image to make it into a homeless man, taking that as a template. And it's based very loosely on it, finding some art similar to it, hairstyles, facial structures, a little bit. It's essence of Chiba. All right. What do we got? That looks pretty good. That one. Okay, so we'll just copy this image. We could make that ultra large, but I think it'd be about the same dimensions anyway. And we want to plug it in here. So that gets us all four, but we want that one here. So let's just discard the rest. One cheap is enough. All right. And we'll get rid of that other layer. Right. That's not half bad. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to just extract the layer that is, what's going on with it? Okay, AI is definitely not perfect, and it's getting not too bad with hands. You can see over here, it's like the arm is broken. Hey, he's still smiling, he's not happy. Okay, and get rid of that, and we'll inverse it. Select inverse. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is I want exactly around the homeless man. We're going to have to do that. Okay. So, let's not do that yet. let's make sure that we've got everything in the right spot. So selection tool, and we want to exclude that because we're still in exclusionary mode. Is that right? No, I've inversed it already. Okay, like that. And oops, like that. Okay, that's fine. I want color. So I'm going to exclude that. I don't really want the grey bit. Yeah, hey Hadrana, the AI is all taking place on another computer. So someone's wasting their own MidJourney, is wasting their own computer power. And that's fine because we pay them for it. It's not much, but it's enough. In fact, it's enough that I ran out of panels, ran out of juice for the month because they make you pay monthly, and I ran out of time, computer time that I used. And so I had to wait a week or so for it to regenerate. What is going on with that shoe? I'll recraft that later. I'll do that with the eraser tool. Okay. And knobbly knees. What's that knobbly knees? I think that's just background watercolor. Watercolor is really nice because you can just go over the line and people say, yeah, that's fine. That's what you expect with watercolor. It just runs. Oh, yeah. Some junk happening here. Actually, that's not. It's not. No, wait, hold on. We'll include that because that looks like it's a lighter color. This blends into that. Yes, definitely. No, I'll crop that off. That's ends too white. All right. Okay. So, modify feather. Oh, wait, no, contract. Select modify contract, and we'll pull it in a pixel, and then select modify feather, and we'll go one. Why do I do that? Because I might put it on a dark background, and if we have white, you'll just get a white border around the actual character. So, okay, cheaper head, cheaper model, and completely new AI art based on cheap. Okay, so what have I done? Get rid of that. Okay, in fact, we'll get rid of that layer. Let me just check that there's sanity. Yeah, it looks okay. Delete layer. All right. So otherwise, I'll have to undo it. And we'll go to the background and I'll make it black. This is a sanity test. And you say, oh, there's some weirdness up around the shoe, but we were going to fix the shoe anyway. So how do we fix this sausage foot? Right. I think it, yeah, okay. I think it's meant to, I'm on the background still. I think it's meant to go like that. And we'll just sort of make a shoe typey base there. And whatever that's meant to be is just wrong. So we'll erase that as well. Pull that in. All right. Something there. All right. And that should be good. I'm thinking, mess that up. All right. I'm thinking that these shoes are different. So we'll just put that in like that so that it makes an edge. It makes you think that it was there on purpose. There we go. Right. Actual shoes with bases. And what is that? I'm going to leave it there. No, I'm not. Go away. What are you? All right. So more shoe-like, but still, pretty rotten. But it doesn't matter. So this is going to be sitting not by itself, but in amongst a noisy background when I'm finished. So brick wall, garbage cans, all those sorts of things, the typical things where you might find these people who are without homes, hiding from a zombie plague, amongst other things. All right. So Does it look like Chiba? Yeah, a little bit, right? Right. It's using it as a model, but it's definitely not this image here. It's just using the dimensions to proportions. Alrighty. Ha. And we're back. After that short interruption. All right. So we went from a live picture of Chiba, a composite. It doesn't have to be, it can be anything. It's just a basis to form the art. And then what the AI took from it and actually generated for us, which is completely separate, but obviously clearly related in some way. All right. So, homeless Chiba. So, just to give you some looks of other things that I've done here. So, Dino. Okay. So, we've gone from Dino to Dino. And that's where I got the original sitting down from, because Dino was the first person that I did. So, we took out, just grabbed from the stream. He had his headphones on. So, I just grabbed a beanie that looked, sat on top there and plonked that on top. And then gave it to MidJourney and produced that, which was, I think, is great. It's going to be sitting there quite nicely. Random British dude, grabbed him, took off the ears. I mean, I could have left him on. No, homeless. Homeless with ears. That could have been something. Hands are odd. Hands are always odd. This is the thing. Broken arm, But it took it and then set him down in a pose. And you go, yeah. I mean, we're missing some of the fantastic shading that he's got in his beard. But still. And Gremlin, made his beard a bit bigger, but still, you can see shapes of the glasses, eyebrows. Yeah, it's not too bad. I could grab the designer and his hat and then plonk it on there. But let's not, there's probably some copyright issues going on around there. Oh, look at that. I left the shading in around, which is not always a bad deal. But I did, didn't I? I did. So we want to be able to pull all of that out. Gee, that's not half bad. Hey. Sometimes the selection tool gets it right. There's a pretty good AI selection tool, but it nearly always messes up all of the borders, but gets it all really, really close for you. You still have to go around and do everything. Oh, look at that. Take that out? Yeah. Right. Okay. Then we'll change the selection tool and we'll kill off this. Alrighty there. Oh, I'm in the wrong mode. We will add in that because we're not inverted yet. I probably shouldn't invert because it makes more sense. Inverse. So what I mean is inverse is select the person, whereas I had selected the external. It's always easier to select out the external when you're starting out. And I've gotten in select mode. I will edit that later. What's going on here? And the shoes were all light. So when you do the selection tool, it just selected all the shoes. So we'll just have to run around the border here. Trace the border. And the shoes are messed up a bit too. Look at this. Always with the shoes. Shoes and fingers always seems to have a problem. But people don't tend to worry too much about shoes. It's just when the fingers get messed up, people get a bit freaked out. What are these shoes? They're boots of some sorts. Oh, abstract. I like it. Okay. No, I'll cut that out with a razor tool, and that really doesn't belong there. Let's cut that out. Socks, you reckon? Could be soft leather shoes though. I like to think it's soft leather shoes. That should be selected out. So let's get on the bike there and just. It's pretty good. Okay. That's going to be tough. Okay. Select, modify, contract. 1 pixel, thanks. That just brings it in a little bit, and then select, modify, feather. Feather means it's going to take a little bit of the color beyond the actual border and sort of fade into it. So that means it blends in when you paste it on top of any other image. It blends in a whole lot more better. So a whole lot more better. It's good English, that is. Right. Let's go that one, and we'll call that layer there that, and we'll take out that. Bang. All right. So we need to probably trim that up and work on the edges here so we get our little nice. You make it nice and big. Why do you make it big? Because a big eraser has a softer edge, and a small eraser is sharper. Just sometimes you want a small sharp line, use a smaller eraser. Oh, no. I'll trim that down. And what is going on there? When it does sketches for watercolor, I think it does line art because maybe I specified illustration. I'm going to round out that knee. There we go. And it confuses the AI a bit, and the AI paints to the sketch lines, and there may be multiple, and it just goes, well, that's fair enough. I'll just do multiple lines. We'll just go in the eye. Go, and I don't know what that is, so I'll just trim it out. Right, and yeah, that's probably harder up there. Okay, yeah. Okay. Right. So I'm not good at art, but I'm okay at tracing. That's what this is, as far as I can tell. Now let's make that a bit harder up here, so we have a tighter little angle there in the corner. Not that anyone's going to be looking in so closely, but for my own, just in case, don't want to make it looking a bit silly. I could have made that into a heel. I still can. Trim that off. I'm thinking you're right. I think it could be socks. Huh. All right. Right. So let's do a sanity check in black and go to the background, pop, and fill it in. All right. And okay. So black will show up the whites, obviously. So we go, okay, well, we've made a mistake here. Let's not erase the black, but go back to the Gremlin Hobo and erase this. All right. Come on. Here we go. That pixel. Mm-hmm. That one. Let's iron that out. Ugh. See, this is why you should short line bursts. Fill up your undo buffer. All right. Nice. Nice. Okay, that does belong. Okay. All right. And of course, that's getting way more detail than I needed to, but there we go. That's awesome. That is awesome. So that's Gremlin. Right. And Jackson Games. Yeah. Or did this, and you can see I haven't done any editing around the edges here, and that's just awesome watercolor drippage, and I could just leave that in there, and it'd be it's on the thing. Okay, all right. How's that? I could probably Probably trim that right off. But no, I'm not going to. That can come off. Right. Work of art. Yeah. That'll do. We should expand that because that's just not looking hot. Whoops. Really? This one here, you reckon? Fill out the toe? I'm being overly fussy. Okay. Bit much. There we go. Bob away. All right. No one's going to see it. All right. All right. Now, we want somewhere for them to sit. So we can go to MidJourney and we can just say, hey, MidJourney, give us a blah, blah, blah. Well, in our usual watercolor, illustration, and we want a brick wall in an alley. Should I say alley? It's going to try and show me the alley. Brick wall with bins, trash bins, dumpsters, bins, trash. Bang. Let MidJourney just go off and think about something like that. Look at the way the foot is twisted there. That's just incredible. How many fingers? Fingers beyond count. All right, and I haven't put that in black, which is usually my test. If I don't see in black, it means I've probably failed somewhere. No, pretty good. Very good. What's happened to MidJourney? Oh, okay. Yeah, see, look, okay. So if we open in browser now, we can see that it's all viewing down the alley, and I want the wall to go across the screen. So none of those is any good. So I've got to take out alley. So we'll block and copy that. And then we'll just go /imagine again. But this time, brick wall with dumpsters, bins, and trash. Brick wall. Can I say something like behind brick wall behind a restaurant? How about that? Maybe put signs up there with dumpsters, bins, trash. Is it going to... Okay, so my problem is now that I've given it brick wall. Yeah, let's not do that. Because I said restaurant, it's going to say, oh, now I've got to put restaurant and make that a feature of the actual image, and it'll just add in extra garbage. So let's just what we want. Brick wall with a door. Drain pipes. Yeah. Dumpsters. Bins. Garbage bins. Trash cans. Wonder what language MidJourney speaks. Trash cans. What if I said bin? Wheelie bin? Wheelie bin? Let's see how it goes. Do that. Okay, no, then it goes off and thinks. Yeah, none of these are particularly bad. In fact, the first scene that I have in the comic, or the scene before, immediately before, let's go to, this is Comic Life, is Hattie walking up an alleyway. So any of those would be quite neat to have in the background of that. And I could have just plonked that in. So I could have just used that directly. Hattie, of course, is an image that I've overlaid on top of that. And there's a crossbow there you can see on her back. And then I copied a hair and pasted over the crossbow because it looked strange to have the crossbow on top of the hair. The wall and Hattie looking startled off to the side as she's walking up. So she's going to have to be on the left-hand side, and these guys are going to have to be here. It's a very small picture. I probably should make it too wide. But then I've got to have a filler. Okay, I've got to have Hattie going down the stairs, then have her walking through the alleyway. That'll work. It's a lot of transition. I don't usually do that. I sometimes skip weeks in the actual flow of the story. How you going, MidJourney? Oh yeah. Oh, good. Oh, okay. What have we got? Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so it's filled up the space with trash. I mean, a little bit would have been good, but that's great too, I guess. Too much. That doesn't look like it belongs in the alley. I'm going to go with that one. I wonder if I can get the bricks onto that side. Okay, so here's where we have Photoshop. I'm going to copy that in. They don't flow. It's a different type of brick. Okay, copy image. Let's go into Photoshop it in. Now, this is the Photoshop beta. All right. Yeah, this is the clean one. Okay, while I'm doing this, I will just go here and I'll just say, please give me another selection. But in the meantime, I'm going to go with this one. So let's have a look. There, let's copy this. All right. And we'll put you in the middle, and we don't actually want this anymore. So what we've got is that. We go, okay, that looks nice. So we'll get our selection tool out again, and we'll select that, and then we'll do the okay, not what I wanted. So that's because I didn't expand the selection. So no, but nice try. Yeah. So I'm just looking through a hole in the brick wall. And that's not bad, but it's not what I wanted. So that's completely artificially generated. And let's just go back. History. All right, magic wand. Right, so we selected all that. Now let's go select, modify, expand, and I'm going to go in 80 pixels. Okay, and so now it's selected a good chunk of the picture. Now, what I don't usually like generating all this, I didn't say brick wall, but that's fine. Was that stretch in there before? Anyway, what it should do is take that picture and expand it out. And you're going, oh my goodness. And you're going, that is not the original picture. And you're going, yeah, it is. Because I can turn this on and off. Right? You can see the actual picture still remains. It's just expanded it. And unfortunately, it's made it too realistic. So it's not kept the style. But, I like that. I like that empty door. It gives you 3 options. Oh, it's made it a barn door. But we want it to flow on from here. Oh, there's a door here. No, that's... don't like the grass. I can change that. Okay, keep going. Oh, filled it with trash. Right. So the first one's probably the best, and I wouldn't mind that. But I've got to try and bring it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in watercolor illustration. Brick wall, door, drain pipes, road. There we go. Generate. Now this will generate an extra 3. So it'll keep the ones that we've already got, as well as add in a couple extra. Look at that. It decided that it was metal of some sorts and made it rusty. Okay, that's horrible. Right. No. Right. Don't try and tell it what to do. It knows best. None of those are any good. In fact, they're horrible. Let me go back to this. Right. So that's fine. So let's click on generate again. Oh, okay. All this does is take up time and computing power. Things that can go into the alley. Oh, yeah. I mean, again, it's gone realistic on us, which is a bit of a shame, but that's great. I like that. Arched doorway, bit of a raised area, and then there's steps. Ha. Oh, it really took liberties. Wait, is that the first one? No, it's not. That's Crazy Town. Okay. You know what? That's actually quite good. Now I've got to decide how people fit in amongst this. Got to get Hattie, and she's got to be shocked. Who are we going to have in there? Gosh, Dina, you make a great homeless person. All right. Up. All right. Okay. And Bruce dude. Right. Got to get used to this new Photoshop. Bit bigger. There we go. Yeah. Shadows are a thing. Okay, and I'll fix that up later. I'll show you how. Gremlin. Yeah, far out. That's good. No. Right. All right. Yeah. Nope. All right. And we'll put him on the right side and transform horizontal. There we go. Right. Right. Of course, Chiba. And Chiba actually looks like he's doing the talking. And I'd have to say that out of all these guys, they all do the talking. It's hard to get them with their mouth closed when you're trying to take a picture, steal a screen. How's that? All right. Now, what we can do. Oh, I didn't do the thing. Right, okay. Right. Now I've got things like layer 7. Fantastic. All right. So let's say we'll start with cheap. What you do is you duplicate the layer and you call it cheaper shadow. All right. And you go image adjustments, exposure, and pull the exposure right down. So it's just a silhouette of himself. Put him underneath. Then you go image, edit, transform and flip vertical. Bang. Pull. And maybe like that. Okay, shadow's a bit dark, so you go right click, blending options, and change the opacity. Oh yeah. All right, that looks pretty good. It's a bit harsh, so you go filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and that's awesome. All right, maybe a little less blur. A little less blur? Yeah, a little more, somewhere there. Probably make it a bit darker. Right. That should be okay. Same with IBD. Trouble is that means the light's coming from that way, so we probably should skew it a bit. Edit, transform and skew, bang, and just like that, like that. A little bit out. Yeah. Okay, and we'll take the image blending options, and yeah, this is what everyone wants to see. You're fiddling with blending options. There we go. Bit darker. All right. Okay. Nice. And we probably should go in there and brush the edges and make them a bit darker because he hasn't got much shading on his legs, which is a bit interesting. Everyone else seems to have, to some degree or another. Why don't you, Jeebs? You're so well lit. Right. Let's go to render brush, dude. Do the same thing. So we go duplicate layer. All right, render brush, dude. Shadow. Image, adjustments, exposure, pull that down. All right. Image, adjustments. See, all this trouble just for stupid shadows. But image adjustments, shadow, okay. Oh yeah. Edit, image, transform, flip vertical. Boom. All right. And pull that down and put the shadow underneath him. There we go. Pain in the bum because he's actually got that thing there, but that's fine. That's fine. And we probably should skew, but let's just start the blending options and pull the shadow back a bit. It's actually a bit brighter light, so probably I'm going to make it a bit darker. All right. How do you reckon I should have music? Okay. Edit. And if I had music, I'd do that. Send me a link, Hattie. What am I doing? Skew. Twang. Twang. There we go. Nice. Okay. All right. Up. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. There we go. Okay. All right. And okay. Right. Blending options. Make it a bit touch darker. Good. All right. So, when we do shadow, no shadow. Clearly, you want the shadow. Jackson, come on. Duplicate. Jackson shadow. All right. Image. Image adjustments. Exposure. Down. Boing. Yeah. Transform in vertical. Right. And okay, so technically we should skew, but because we're going to move it back, there's no big deal there either. That looks pretty good. Right, blending options. Let's keep it darker. Right, okay, and transform and skew. Skew you. Oh, come on. Up. What are you doing? There we go. Right, you and then you. A bit more. Stuck. Yeah. All right. Now, technically, the knee should be sticking up, but I'm going to say that that's okay. Right. And then filter, blur, Gaussian blur. There we go. Make the shadow a bit blurry. All right. Oh, it goes over the box and it looks like it's supposed to, even though it doesn't really line up, but you can't tell. That's fine. I could put it on these guys as well. Oh, Dino doesn't need it. It's Oh, look, we'll do it anyway. Okay, image, duplicate, Gremlin shadow. See how it looks. I don't typically do it when they're like that, but I think it might just add a bit of depth. And it's again, it's it's all being fussy. This is one of the things that I don't like about new Photoshop. Blending options and pull back. Right, okay. Underneath him. All right. It's fine. Yeah, it does look better. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Definitely should. Not gonna. All right. Okay. All right. How's that for a work of art just by itself? So, even though I'm using AI art, I still have to trim edges, make shadows, and composite them into a complete video image, complete image. Now, maybe I just have Hattie's head here. It looks like Chiba's looking here. So we could have the back of Hattie. Hattie from behind. And I've got a couple of them. That is possible. That is not half bad either. These two, I could flip that to the right. So she's looking that way. That might work up. Okay, so is that two? It is indeed. Locked and loaded. Let's plonk her in. Okay. So she doesn't look like a dwarf. Force perspective. Gremlin, get out of it. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. I've got to put in the crossbow as well. Okay, so this now doesn't have a startled approach. So it just looks like she's come up there. So we don't have that. And there's something like going on. What's that? Time to get the old eraser out. Have I not used this before? Or when I did use it, I probably used it against a white background. So it doesn't make any difference. I never saw it. And I'm not copying it back. So next time I use it, if I ever do, it'll have the same problem. There we go. Okay. Okay. Hattie meets the alley regulars. Right. Alleyway regulars? Yeah. All right. Automate those darker. Hair bluer-ish? No, that's not necessary. But missing the crossbow. Gosh. Okay, so we've got to go up here and we've got to pick out alleyway encounter. Alley. That's not the same image, is it? No. Okay, so we want the crossbow and hair. We just want the crossbow because the hair's different. Yep. Right. All right. So this is actually, you go back. I want you. Okay. All right. And probably have to skew that a little bit. All right. Image, edit, transform, flip horizontal. go. Looks like it's made for it. This print's too good. All right, probably needs to go a bit bigger. But hold down the Alt key to make sure that it keeps the proportions. All righty, so it's sitting on her back now. I could leave it like that, but the hair's underneath and it wasn't in the previous thing, but I've done far, far worse. Not only have I done far worse, the AI has made images that just don't even look the same. But as long as, it's blue hair and cat ears, you go, Hattie. Who cares about all the other extra details of extra pockets and belts and things? That's not what it's about. It's about storytelling. And here we go. We've now constructed Hattie Blue and the 5 alleyway regulars. All right. So I think that deserves a bit of a widescreen, mainly because it's everyone there, and we can plonk it in on the next double frame because that's a nice wide shot. And it has plenty of area up in the top right here for voice bubbles, people having discussions, and I can go back and forth. Now, the other thing I can do is I can say, oh, well, we've got this image. I can take and get variations on it. And I can also ask for varying expressions. And it will make similar images, recognizably, hopefully similar. The trouble is it'll change color of clothes and whatnot. And I can go in with Photoshop and pull them back. But it will require a little bit of effort. So when they start talking, different expressions, happy, sad, angry, blah, blah, blah. I don't want her to hang out here. Why is his feet so glowing? You know what? Where are you, Jackson? There. But no, we can just go image adjustments and exposure, and we'll just change you down a little bit. Go. Looking a bit bright, but your stews still look a little bit too bright. I may fix that later in post. All right. Not half bad. Okay, so now we've got this, and we'll save it, and we'll go File and Export, and do a quick export. All right, home structures. Okay, so we'll go to here, and we'll just go New Blank Page, and we'll plonk in one of these, which is great, and I have to shift it down like a lot because it just doesn't put it in the right spot to start with. Then we want to kill that one and bring this one out to be wider. Right. And then we want to grab that image, just drop it in there. Bang. All right. There we go. So now it's part of the comic and we can just start putting in words. Okay. There you go. And that's a frame. So you can see that how long have I been going here? And what I've been doing off screen as well. So this might take like an hour and 15 minutes to do. That's an actually complicated bit of a form, but it can actually, a lot of it can be this involved. And so each image, I've got to do that. And each page takes up up to six images, sometimes as low as 3, but usually 6. And I've got 18 pages so far. And I think I've got another 6 pages to go before I can finish it off. And that's just building part of this. And then I would save that and then I'll export it and life will be good. And now I've got to go figure out how I get to here and there because Hattie hasn't met these guys yet. Good stuff. Well, thank you for watching. I just thought I'd give you a little bit of insight on what's involved with all the bits and pieces and the tools that are available, uh, and what you can do with AI generated art. Because I'm not good at it. The computer is good at generating random bits of art, and hopefully you can get a little bit of what you want from the selection that it offers you. And then you've got to use your editing skills to mash it all together. Okay. So thank you all for watching. And this is where I'm going to be directing people when they start asking questions of how was it built.